Welcome to Who You Got with
Melo.
and Rado. It's a sports podcast where we talk your favorite sports debates, sports highlights, and sports matchups. And if you guys are watching the video but right now, make sure you click that like button below and hit that subscribe button. We love everyone that follows us along on YouTube and Twitch and Facebook as well. You can check us out all over social media, Instagram, TikTok. We're everywhere. We also got a Patreon out
hmm
right now. If you guys want to check us out on Patreon, that's where you go and you guys could ask us questions. You guys could just give us general support. And if you guys want some of our merch, you guys could definitely check some of that out in the 3, 6, and 9 month subscription model. But definitely go ahead and check us out there. And you can check out our personal Instagrams. I'm at the iconic dude, Melo.
Melo the
That's
Notorious.
right. That's right. So we really appreciate you guys being with us here this week. And what are we talking about this week, Melo? And also, who do we have here?
Yeah, so we got a couple things. We got a special guest here, someone who's a sports fanatic, knows their stuff, and is going to join us today for our episode. And for that episode, we're going to pretty much be talking about Ben Simmons. Obviously, we want to talk about his play this year, and go through our NBA predictions for the awards coming up this
That's
year.
right.
But definitely got some good things coming up. As we said a couple weeks ago, NBA season is pretty much getting into full swings. And like I said, we got a special guest this week to come talk to us about that. And Yas, why don't you let us know who that is?
Well, she's a big NBA fan. I really wanted to speak with her. We both wanted to speak with her because there's a lot of Ben Simmons drama been going on the past year, obviously, and we definitely want to
hmm
hear her input on that. Brittney Simmons, she's been a sports fanatic for a while. She's graduated with with a physical education degree from Rochester, New York. And Brittany, why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself, real quick?
Hi, I'm 34. As you said, I live in Rochester, New York. I've been watching basketball, football, hockey, soccer, baseball since I could remember, since I was a kid. I'm a Dallas Cowboys fan. I'm a Bulls
Hey,
fan. I'm a Yankees fan, even though Yankees just disappointed me
Oof.
they really did.
immensely last week. But yeah, I'm ready to talk about Ben Simmons and the drama that's surrounding him in the Nets and all that.
For sure, for sure. We really appreciate you being on the show, and we're glad you're here. And just real quick before we get into that drama, you said you've been a fan for a long time, right? What's
Yes.
like one of your earliest memories of sports? Like, could be either like playing at somewhere or watching it too.
Well, my dad, my mom and dad tried to have kids for like so long, and they really wanted a boy first, but they got me. And my dad was a coach, and all I remember is him going to games with him, or like he'll coach like youth basketball, and I'll be like his assistant coach. Like I
That's
just,
dope.
I played basketball in middle school, but it really wasn't for me, so I just cheerleaded because I wasn't really athletic like I should have been, so I just cheerleaded. But I still follow sports, love sports. They are the best.
That's for sure. That's for sure. So what's like? I mean, you said like Yankees, Cowboys. I'm sure you grew up like a Cowboys fan, right? That was probably your first favorite football
Yes,
team,
my
right?
uncle. My uncle, he was a huge Cowboys fan and a huge Chicago Bulls fan. He was like my favorite
Hey,
uncle, and I just
Chicago
took
Bulls.
after
Let's
his
go.
team.
Yeah, no,
Yeah,
those
they,
are
they
two
get
good
those.
franchises.
Yeah, they get the Cowboy fans young though. That's how they get them. That's why they got so
Yep.
many of them. But for sure, my that's like kind of like me. I mean, I definitely grew up playing some sports, but just being a fan of football like early on with the Rams. They were in St. Louis at the time. Then obviously now they moved to LA, but definitely been a fan for a long time. Of course, Chicago. So I'm a big fan of Chicago as well. Michael Jordan
That's
was one of
yes.
my first basketball player I really saw ever in my life. So
Mhm.
that's definitely a big memory for me too. But thank you for sharing a little bit about yourself. And
Of course.
Mello, you want to just go ahead and give us a little bit of introduction on the whole Ben Simmons drama and what brought us here today.
Yes. This is something I really wanted to talk about. Basically, it's just the beginning of the end for Ben Simmons. You've been a fan for us since we started. Early on, we dropped the episode whether or not we thought the process was worked. I think we're at year 7 or 8 at that point. obviously he's not there anymore. But a lot of nasty things, or he left a nasty taste in a lot of people's mouth with the way he left Philly and took a whole year off for his own issues. And now we're getting a little taste of him on the Brooklyn Net, which is supposed to be one of the top teams in the East and in the NBA. And I'll be honest, it's not looking that good in my
Mhm.
personal opinion. Um, Ben
Early on, you're
Simmons,
right.
it's good. He came back from a year of physical and mental injuries. He's finally playing, but at the end of the day, like I'm just questioning, like, is he really playing? Like he's there, he's showing up, he got a uniform, he's running around, but that is just not the same Ben Simmons I've seen. Um, for me, I personally think it's not technically the end, but I do think we're starting to see a drop off.
Yeah,
Superstar, big contract worth superstar Ben Simmons that signed that contract a few years ago. That's not who we're ever going to see again.
I
And
agree.
I felt confident saying that. Um, right now we're what 6, 7 games into the season.
Yeah.
Efficiency, NBA average I think is like 15. He's under 8.
Mhm.
His turnover ratio is crazy, and he's at the highest percentage he's been in his whole career. On top of pretty much playing less minutes, and being less efficient, he's
Yeah. It's
triple
like
single. Go ahead.
it's like he doesn't really like basketball. When I see him out there, I don't see a
Hmm.
joy when he's playing. He doesn't want to shoot. Like I was watching a game a couple days ago, and you hear Kyrie in the background like, "Shoot the ball, Ben!" Like, or he
That's
gets
I
fouled,
heard
embarrassing.
that one.
you just
Yeah.
see the face like he doesn't want to go to the free throw line. He doesn't. I don't think he enjoys the pressure of being a basketball player.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, after like a few years ago in Atlanta, like what happened to him, obviously he missed some crucial free throws. It wasn't like totally his fault that Philadelphia, lost that series a few years ago, before he didn't play the next year. But a lot of people obviously went at him that year, that off season. They were going at him for his shooting,
Yeah,
and I mean, obviously that rolled over into last year when he didn't even want to play for Philly.
yeah,
Obviously took a little bit of that mental break. I mean, I don't know if some of that was from the fans just talking shit about him or just
Philly,
all the
Philly's a
Twitter
hard
haters,
city to
but
play for. You
I'm
have a
sure
lot of expectations. They know you're not gonna be good, but you still have a lot of expectations when you go and play
yeah,
for Philly.
that's a
yeah.
fact. I mean, for Philly fans are, they're brutal, bro. They'll
Exactly.
Oh yeah.
they boo everybody. They booed Iverson, like they booed Donovan McNabb, like back in the day. Like
Hmm.
that's Philly fans for you. But I mean, you gotta know what you're getting into, and he got drafted into that franchise, obviously being a franchise type player. But Brittany, why was he one of your favorite players? Like, how did he
I
become
don't
like one of
know
your
where
favorite
y'all
players?
got that he was one of my favorite
Oh,
players.
nah, all
Like
right.
It must
I'm
have
not
been the
gonna say
last
that
name.
I don't hate Ben Simmons. I don't think he's like a terrible player. And you see
Nah, I don't
flashes
either.
like in the preseason, the first couple games, he was pretty good. I think he got like 7 points, 10 assists, 10 rebounds. Like you see the flashes, but
Yeah.
it's just like he's not happy to be here. He's like in his head. You always see him in his head, and I don't know if it has to do with all the media, the buzzing around him. I don't know if it's some people aren't built for it. Some people can't take waking up on Sports Center and seeing their face on Sports Center every day, and
Fact.
then he has the pressure of playing with Kyrie, who's always in the media, and you're playing with KD, who is one of the greatest players, of our generation, in my opinion.
Yeah.
For
Like
sure.
so,
Agree.
I like Ben Simmons. I think he's a good defensive player. He has his qualities, but it's not showing up for the Nets right now. Right now, he's back on the bench looking playoff ready.
I mean,
Yeah.
like you said, it seems like he's scared to take that shot.
Yeah.
And I don't know what it's coming from because obviously if he don't have the jumper, he don't have the jumper. But his layup game and jumper game is looking horrible right now.
Yeah.
It seems like he's trying to avoid contact. He's not taking like he's trying to. The way he's going about it is like he don't want to be in there. Like you said, he not only do he not look like he want to play, he don't want to bang in the paint. And it's like
Yeah.
you're 6'10". That's what you're known for. That's what
Yeah.
you're supposed to do. 2 years off, you didn't get a jump shot. Now you don't know how to shoot layups.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's bad. I mean, coming into the league, like he was kind of looked at as like the guy that had the body like LeBron. Like he was
Mhm.
looked at as the guy who was going to be going inside, dunking it. Obviously, like 6'8" as a point guard. That's very very hard to find. Obviously, Magic
Mhm.
Johnson, LeBron is like a similar type body style, but he just never had the shot. Obviously, like LeBron had, and it seems like as he's progressed in years, like his second year was great going inside. He had like
Mhm.
field goal percentage of 53%, which was great
Mhm.
for a player, what he does. And obviously he doesn't shoot threes, so it's not going to go down as much. But then he started shooting more threes. His whole percentages started going down. And like you
Yeah.
said, this year I heard Kyrie say that in one of those games. He was like, shoot the ball, and Ben Simmons was like under the basket, like on an
Yeah.
open shot, like, or it was a mid-range shot, but like it was open and he didn't want to shoot it. He
Yeah.
passed
He
out of
seen
it. And
Giannis. He
yeah,
literally
yeah,
seen Giannis one, and that's the thing. He could have did a little floater or maybe a layup, but he would have to have taken a step in and
Mhm.
initiate that contact. He
Yeah.
literally got the ball, seen bodies in front of him, turned around, passed it off. And everyone's
Yeah.
like,
It's
"He
like
got a
it's
good
so
pass." Like,
unfair.
no,
It's so unfair for the Nets offense because they're down there playing 5-on-4. Like
right.
they need him. Like yeah, he's a good passer. He's a great rebounder. Like I think
right.
that's his best asset is that he's a really 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 good rebounder. But I mean, if you don't love basketball, it's gonna show up on the court every time you play. Like if you're not enjoying being out there and you just ready to get these 48 minutes over with, you're gonna be able to see it every night. Like
And
That's a
that's the
good
thing.
point. That's a
I
good
think
point.
it really is a problem for him because, like, I really want to go back. Like, at the end of the day, why I really think his superstar days are over. Because not only do I think the skill set's just not there anymore, I don't think the mindset's just ever gonna come back.
mhm.
And I think it's been deteriorating since he was like younger. You got to
Yeah.
remember back in LSU, when they pretty much lost, and he didn't want to go to the tournament because
Mhm.
he didn't want
Yeah,
to
but
play.
that
He wanted
was
to play in the NCAA.
yeah, but
But
that
Yeah.
was
now
the NIT tournament. Who wants to go to play in that? Like, come on now. You
it
didn't
don't
make
matter.
the.
Your team wasn't
I
good
know, I
enough
get it, but
to
he
get to the
wasn't about to
NCAA,
risk.
so do something.
I get it, but
Wasn't going to risk what?
but
Because at
if
that,
you're number one pick already, they know that you're gonna be number one pick. You're not about to risk getting injured. Like I would
Yeah, I can
if I was in
agree.
his situation. Not now. Like now is maybe a little bit different because you can get paid in college now for your
Mhm.
likeness. You can sell like you can get an agent now and have him give you credit for what you're gonna make as an NBA player. But before, like when he was on there, 27 or what was it, 2016 was the year, and I remember that because they didn't make the NCAA tournament, they made the NIT tournament. They were the
right?
first
Yeah,
seed
yeah,
in
yeah.
NIT, and he didn't want to play. So I'm gonna be honest, like that's a good choice for him, and you can see that in football. A lot of college kids they don't play the bowl games, and those
Yeah.
are the top college kids, and they know that for a
But
reason.
that's the thing. That was a choice for him, but it affected the whole team.
I get
And
that,
that's what I'm
but they
saying.
weren't gonna
So
win
that
anything. Like who
and
watches
I
that?
can understand that, and I can get that because it definitely. All right, he was going to the draft. He didn't want to get injured. But what's his excuse? The two times he pulled out of Australia,
Yeah, yeah, and they did all types of promotion ready for him to come
everything
down
for
there.
him. He had
Spent a
no
whole lot of
injuries,
money just for him to
no
back out.
nothing. Season's over.
Yeah, I'll
He
be
ain't doing
honest.
nothing. He's clearly not doing nothing in the off season because he didn't come back with no other skills. So like
Yeah,
for me,
you're
it's
right.
a trend of him just falling short for his team, for his teammates. Obviously, I can even give him a pass with Philly a little bit because I ain't gonna front. Not just Philly, but like Coach Doc and B publicly dogs him after that playoff series,
Yeah.
and
They
I
did.
understand how you feel
Blamed it
about
all
that.
on him.
I,
Mhm.
and I can get that a little bit. So but staying out a whole year is a little too much for me.
Mhm.
And then when you got to Brooklyn, you said to come out and say, "Oh, I was gonna come back if we made it to Game 7 after you
Yeah.
got swept in the first round." Like, why would you even say that? Why would you even say that? Like, you're
Yeah.
basically letting us know you were ready, but it wasn't good enough for you to come back. Are you
Right.
kidding me?
I mean, we both said that he wasn't injured last year. Like
We all knew. Like,
Mhm.
obviously, I'll
even
give him
though
the
he said he
first
was.
majority of the year, but like 100%, once he got traded, he was good to play. He was
Yeah.
good to play.
Mhm.
But do you think he's ever gonna become an all-star, Brittany? Do you think he's ever gonna go back to that all-star status?
I don't think he'll ever be an all-star again. I think there's too many good guards in the East for him to make it to the All-Star game.
That's a fact.
He he could be, he could be a 7, 10, and 8 player if you go out there and try, if you shoot the ball. Like,
Yeah.
it's so crazy because, like, in the off season, he's like doing these tapes and he's making threes from everywhere. And
I
Everywhere.
know, right?
and you don't see none of that. It's just like, he can be pivotal for a team. He can be a good player for a team, but he got to fall back in love with basketball. If he doesn't fall in love with basketball again, it'll never happen.
No, that's a great point that you made even earlier. Like it shows it that he doesn't love basketball, and that's why really like they're putting him on the bench and trying him out on the bench now because you could see that even him taking off games already, like he's
Yeah.
he's never really been shy about doing that, kind of like Kawhi, take off games whenever you feel like it. If you're playing a bad team, like they'll
Kawhi's
take
my
off a
guy
game.
though, so we're not gonna talk
Kawhi
about
my
him.
guy too though.
Because I love Kawhi.
I got Clippers winning it this year also.
Okay.
I got Kawhi my guy too, but I'm gonna give it to Kawhi because he's actually smart for doing what he's doing right now, But I mean Ben Simmons he's honestly doing it because the coaches are making him doing it, and now like with the switch of the coach, like they're honestly talking about breaking news. I just heard this today. The Nets are talking about hiring Ime Udoka from the Celtics. So I mean, I don't know if that's gonna. I think that is actually gonna be a great pickup for the Nets because he was there like a few years ago. Plus, he was with Ben Simmons in Philadelphia. I think that he's the type of coach that actually push him to that 8, 7, and 8, like you said. Like those are good numbers for a team like this. Like you got two guys that can score you 30 in Brooklyn right now. You don't need the scoring. You really need the assists, the rebounds, and the defense. So if he could really do that, then that's gonna be crucial for him. But I kind of agree. I don't think he's gonna be an all-star this year unless he happens to move to another team and averages like 15 and 10 somewhere. I don't see him being an all-star again.
Well, that's the thing. That's not going to happen because if he moves to another team, it's a team that has to give up enough assets to make Ben Simmons their number one option, and no team is going to want to take that liability.
Yeah.
No one's gonna want to do that, especially like you said. There's so many guards. Yeah, it's been forward heavy as a league for the last like decade, but there's so many guards right now that are playing at a high level, and it's because there's a lot of guards that are overperforming what they've been. Like no one's seen like don't before they got Donovan Mitchell, Cavaliers had a good set of guards that kind of overplayed their potential in Garland. No one's seen Bane or anything besides Morant in Minnesota, not Minnesota and Grizzlies doing anything that they're doing right now. So it's like there's a lot of guards that are really just stepping up. But, and no one's going to be willing to put up those pieces for him. But the one thing I do want to say about Ime, it's a great pickup for the team. But right now, you got a three-headed dragon in Brooklyn of people who don't want to listen to nobody, but don't not know how to just take control. Like they can't be the alpha, but they don't want to take advice from nobody.
Yeah.
And you got three people right now that's pretty much set to do that. So Ime got his work cut out for him. He's gonna definitely improve the team, make them better. Their biggest issue is defense. He's a defensive coach, so already there, that team is gonna be better. But I don't think anyone saves Ben Simmons.
So, I mean, looking at the trade then that happened, obviously Ben Simmons for James Harden and a few other pieces, along with that. I mean, what do you guys think? Who won the trade?
Philly.
Philly, it's kind of even right now because they both, even though Philly's been looking better this last
Steph's still not even playing.
I'm gonna be honest, it's pretty even for me too, though.
Yeah, but Philly looks way better than they did last week. They actually look better without Embiid. Well, Tyrese Maxey, he plays better.
He's stepping up.
Because
yes,
you give him the ball, he's gonna go score. So
that's a fact.
But the Sixers they're gonna make the playoffs, and James Harden is a good player. That's a guy. If he's healthy, you know what you're gonna get out of him. You might not know what you get out of him in the playoffs, but in the regular season, you know what you're gonna get out of him.
And that's crazy because he's the one we wrote off, and he came back, made the sacrifices, decided to take a step back, become a different player, and now he's in the best situation he's ever been in.
I was gonna say Doc knows how to utilize them very well because he knows that Maxey's gonna be that guy that's gonna kind of run the offense. He doesn't need James Harden to do what he was doing in Houston. So I think it's definitely working out. But I'll be honest, I still think the trade is pretty even to me because you don't know if they're gonna sign Harden after this year. Now Ben Simmons does have a few more years on his contract, so you could always trade him for more pieces. And I don't know. I mean, if this thing with Harden doesn't work, let's say Philly doesn't win this year, I could easily see them breaking up more than Ben Simmons leaving the Nets, because even this year you saw like the Nets were trying to get rid of KD and Kyrie, and Ben Simmons would have been on the team.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I think that the Nets won the trade, to be honest.
Yeah,
it's still even, like, to me.
Nah, I ain't gonna lie. It's gonna be a cold day in hell if you convince me about that one.
I mean, that's the thing. We're gonna have to see by the end of the year, because unless Harden signs a extension, then they probably would have won it, because I think Harden in the long run is
just getting Harden for a year and a half and almost making the finals is still better than having Ben Simmons not playing on your team. So they still win, in my opinion.
I mean, we'll see it by the end of the year. I think right now, like what Brittney said, it was true. Like he's getting you those pretty much 8 assists. He's getting you those 8 rebounds a game.
He's definitely getting like basically 7, 8, and 7 type.
And like the defensive numbers are there. So honestly, I think he's doing what he can for this team. I think Brooklyn has a broken bench right now. They don't have anyone that could really be that guy on the bench that could score when KD and Kyrie are out. So that's their problem right now.
Yeah, but you know who's supposed to be that person that they've been doing? Ben. And he's been not scoring.
Yeah,
That's
but
why I'm saying the
he's not a scorer.
aggressiveness is not there. Like they've been pulling KD and Kyrie out. They both dropped like 8 or 9, already up by 7. Now let's put Ben in with a bunch of role players, and now we're down by 6.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true though.
Like
But
I've been watching that like happen game after game.
yeah, that is true though. Do you guys think that it's fair for him to be like, coming off the bench? Like they had him off the bench 2 games already.
It's more than fair.
Yeah.
He hasn't shown anything on top of what last year's playoff. They already wasted half a year in you. You basically been shitting the bed so far. Like yeah, at this point we need to use you where we can use you.
Yeah.
Yeah, you think that he's gonna start by the end of the year though?
Playoff time come, you gotta have him on the starting lineup for your best defender on the court. And like I said, Ime will find a way to really, because Ime loves using ball players you making screens. So he's gonna actually find a way to actually get Ben Simmons to slip to the basket, things like that, and find more open lanes. But
Yeah.
I mean, I don't want that. I'll be honest. I'm a little mad they got Ime. I'm so mad about that.
Don't be, man. I think that's a good
So
pickup
mad.
for
It is a good
you
pickup
guys.
for them.
For you
Yeah,
guys,
that's
it's
why I'm
bad,
mad
but,
about
yeah.
it. It is a good pickup for them.
Yeah, that sucks that you guys lost him though. But
Yeah.
I mean,
Hey, my boy Joe doing all right.
Yeah, he's doing pretty good.
Yes,
Yeah.
sir.
he is. But I mean, yeah, like I said, I think the Nets are definitely gonna pick it up. Definitely once Ime gets on the bench as a coach, and he's gonna fix a few things up. They still got some injuries, like you said. You still haven't seen Seth Curry out there. They got some things to figure out, but I do think that they'll turn things around. They're gonna make the playoffs.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I mean, the East, even if they get in a playing tournament, like even last year, I didn't expect to sweep, and they were the scariest 7 seed I've ever seen. So they're definitely gonna make some noise.
Yeah.
But so we're all in agreement that Ben Simmons definitely not gonna ever get to superstar or all-star potential.
I agree.
So I'll be honest, like
Oh,
going
nah.
through it. I mean, going through I gotta be honest, like I said, I don't think he's ever gonna be a superstar again. I don't think that we're ever gonna look at him as a superstar or as a face of a franchise either.
Mhm.
But what I could see happening is him being a second option on the team, getting 15 points, 10 assists, and making a All-Star game in his career.
Hey, but Britt made a great point. That East is covered with guards now.
That's the thing though. Like the
It's gonna
West
be
used to
hard.
be, now the East is kind of
That's what I'm
pushing
saying.
up.
Especially
the
now
East is
Donovan
pushing.
came over here too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But he can always move. You never know. Like they could always trade him. He can be on another team. After this, his career's not over. He's only in his 6th year.
Definitely not over.
My man's got time. Especially like it doesn't seem like he's had any major knee injuries like Embiid. Like other guys. I mean, obviously Steph had some major ankle injuries, but he came back early in his career. But yeah, I definitely think he can make an All-Star game, especially because I mean, with his name, if he even does decent, people are gonna like.
Yeah.
What do you mean? You forget how much we hate him?
Yeah, I mean,
the voters count's not gonna help Ben Simmons at this point in his career.
Well, no, because they switched it up now. It's because they do it's mostly the voters now.
That's what I'm saying. It's not gonna help him.
Yeah, maybe. But I mean, that's the Nets and Ben Simmons for you, and
a lot to unpack.
I don't know. Obviously, you guys don't hope the best for him. I do. I hope my man makes it back to the promised land.
Hey, we hope the best for all of them, but I'm gonna tell you what I think is gonna happen.
Right. No, I feel you. I'm like I said, I don't think it's gonna be this year, or if he even stays on this team, it might have to happen on another team if it ever happens.
It has to, because he's not. I feel like unless he completely gives up his style of play and learns to really accommodate behind KD and Kyrie, he's not gonna find his niche in that team.
Right. That's true. So I mean, speaking of KD, multiple MVP winner. Let's go through the award races of the NBA. We got 6 awards to go through. That was a great discussion about Ben Simmons, the Nets, Philadelphia as well. And who knows, we might talk about some of these players. Probably not Ben Simmons in these awards.
Not at all.
But I mean, we got 6 awards to go through: the MVP, Most Valuable Player, Rookie of the Year, Defensive Player of the Year. We got the Most Improved Player. We got the Coach of the Year, and then what else do we got? I'm missing one. I know.
Sixth man of the year.
Sixth man of the year, of course. Yeah, I always miss a sixth man. Never starts. He's always on the bench. You forget about him. But nah, let's go through it. So Melo, who you got for the MVP this year?
So this one was hard. I'm not gonna lie. I will tell you right off the bat, after going through all the choices, seeing what Philly put together, I'm like, this is gonna be a good shot for Embiid to win his MVP. Good scoring opportunity, could take a lot of pressure off on defense with the defense that they defensive pieces they added in Tucker or House. Um, then he already got injured, and I'm like, yeah, that's not happening. Because you have to be able to be available for games to win MVP. That is a very crucial criteria. Another crucial criteria is your team basically have to be good,
Mhm.
which is why I am going to say my pick, but it very well might not happen because of how capable that team is, and that's Luka Doncic.
Oh yeah, like
Yeah,
that.
I know he's young, but right now they have nobody. They got rid of Jalen Brunson, and Luca is going off right now.
Yeah.
At this point, they're double team, triple teaming, throwing so much pressure at him, and he's excelling, which is crazy. Only a few games in, so I do expect that pressure to wear down, and that's the problem where I feel like he might not win it because they might not even get to 55 games. If
Yeah.
no one else can step up when that pressure starts hitting and when he starts wearing down, Lord forbid he go out for a little bit, that team is about to just go nowhere. And that's I really struggle with that. But at this point, the next best option for me would be Giannis. But Giannis and Joker, two back-to-back MVP winners, it's hard to think that they're going to get voted for a third.
a
Yeah.
voter fatigue out there.
It's exactly so. At this point, it's really hard. But like I said, Embiid was a good fresh option, but it looks like he's going to keep getting injured. Right now, the freshest face that's going to be up there consistently to me is going to be Luka Doncic. So let's just hope the Mavs can find a 53, 57 win season, and then it's his.
Yeah.
Yeah, if they do, then definitely is. But I'm surprised he didn't pick Jason Tatum, bro. Your
Nah,
team,
nah,
bro. Come on
nah.
now.
Listen, he's at the to me, he's definitely top 10. But he just got a little bit more to prove to get at that cusp, especially because
Still got time.
Jalen's literally going off and Jalen's still growing, and
Mhm.
JT's not gonna try to go off to like just to get his stats. So I think this is a year where we see a little bit more from Jalen. So that's why I'm not even worried about JT.
Nice, nice. Brittney, who you got for MVP?
Well, I like Luca. That was a good pick. My pick early on was my boy Dame because he was killing the
Hey,
first 4 or 5
he
games. I
was, he
like,
was.
and then,
Mm-hmm.
he hurt his ankle. So yeah, I like Lucas. I like Giannis. I really don't want to see Giannis or the Joker win it.
I
That's what I'm
know.
saying.
I don't
Voter
want to see
fatigue.
either one of
Voter
them win
fatigue.
again. So yeah, I like Ja Morant if he can, if he can excel, get that team back
You're
to where
right.
they were. Steph Curry, even though they're losing, he putting up some numbers. He put up a triple double yesterday. Like you
Yep.
don't really see. I think I read that he's leading in most of their statistical categories on the Warriors. So
Oh wow.
yeah, there's a few picks, but I think Luca. I like Luca.
Yeah, I'll be honest. Like Luca, he looked like he was gonna be my pick, but it was something that Melo said that I think that a lot of the voters go with, and it's the wins. And if he's not in that top 4 seed in the West, I don't think Luca's gonna win
This might
that
be a
Yeah.
MVP.
play-in team.
It might be like 6 to 10. You're right. Yeah. I was thinking like a 6 seed, especially not having Brunson there, and they're missing Christian Wood for a little bit of time right now. So
Yeah.
that's gonna give him some losses. But I definitely agree. Luka's been balling out, killing it right now. 36 points a game, almost 37.
Yeah.
Obviously, it's only like the first 7
Wow.
games right now, but killing it. But I'll be honest, my choice was easy one, and it's because there's a guy on his squad that was scoring 20. Jaren Jackson Jr. He's not there anymore. I got John Morant. I think
Yeah.
Morant is gonna go off. I think the team is solid right now. They're up there in the power rankings, and they're gonna stay there. They're gonna be a
Yeah.
top 4 team at least in the West. I give them like a top 3 seed for me by the end of it. But I just think Morant's gonna be balling out. Obviously, last year he got that most improved. Like somehow, like I don't know how you give it to a guy that that was balling out like that, even the year prior, like in his rookie
Yeah.
year. But right now he's averaging 33 and a half, and obviously got those 10 assists pretty much. So my man is a lock for me if he makes it to a top 4 seed. I just think that Giannis and Nikola Jokic, like you guys said, voter fatigue. People
Mhm.
not gonna go with him. But another guy that I kind of like was Jason Tatum. I'll be honest.
Yeah.
If they kind of ball out, if Boston balls out, makes it to a top 3 seed
And he gets
without
you
their coach,
25
and
plus. Yeah.
I think he's gonna get over 25. But I think he's gonna be touching that 30 range. To be
No, I
honest.
think I think he can
Got
average
him.
easily 28 this year, with
Mhm.
Yeah.
JT coming around 22, 24. Because Brogdon's gonna be so crucial for us.
Right.
Yeah.
Just
That was a great pick.
playmaking, getting. I know, and I'm so mad that we have Gallinari's out because that was just
Yeah.
like that.
Whole
That
year.
was just like him and Robert Woods just out, and it's like, oh my gosh, like
That's
Mhm.
your
we
bench
had
scoring
the
right there.
pieces,
That's
we
your bench
had the
scoring.
pieces literally that we needed to get right back to where we were last year. But of
Mhm.
course, everything don't work out how it can.
Yeah.
But that's crazy though because. We say Luca or Ja, and you're 100% right. Without JJJ, that's a great option. They're still going to be up there in standings, and obviously he's going to go off. So we're basically looking at the second youngest MVP this year.
Yeah.
He might be, but next to Derrick Rose.
Yep.
Mhm.
Next to Derrick Rose.
Because both of them are 22, 23.
Yeah.
Yeah, and LeBron was up there too. He was 23 at the time. It's Derrick Rose, LeBron, and then Oscar Robertson, I think.
Yeah, because they
Top
don't
three.
like voting for that young for MVPs. But at this point, like you said, I doubt no one's given the both two-time MVPs another one. And there's just other players that just aren't in the right position. So,
Plus, I don't think
I
Jokic is gonna be as good this year because
no,
obviously they got Porter back, they got Murray back. So
Yeah.
yeah,
I
you're
mean,
right. Yep,
Giannis is
100%.
Giannis, but
Right. And not even that. When Middleton come back, he's gonna have to take a drop down as well.
yeah,
And
true that.
he's coming back soon.
Yeah, but like I said, I mean, John Morant could be,
That's a
the
great choice.
youngest MVP of the year, and he did win that Rookie of the Year at one point in his career. So let's go on to Rookie of the Year.
Hmm.
Brett, I'm gonna let you take this one. Who you got for Rookie of the Year this year? They got some good rookies
Um,
out there.
I got Pablo. I can't pronounce his last name. That played for the
Banchero
Magic.
or Banquero?
Paulo
Yes,
Banchero.
he's really, really, really good. I put him on my parlay, and he always hit for me.
Beast.
Like
Yo, he's a beast.
he's really good. He's a really talented scorer. I've only watched a couple games. I'm not gonna act like I've sat here and watched them all every game they played. But the games that I've watched, I've been very impressed by his play. So
Yeah,
Yeah,
like
no.
I'll be honest, like that was my pick as well. I'll
Mhm.
just go with. I think that he is like a lock to win it. He's a runaway favorite right now.
Mhm.
My man is averaging 26 points a game right now.
Crazy.
Hmm.
Obviously, it's only the first 8, but even as a rookie, LeBron didn't even do that. LeBron
Yeah.
was averaging 23 a game his
Mhm.
first like 15 games this season, and this man is doing like some crazy thing, getting double doubles easy, dunking over people, just doing some ridiculous things. I think he's got obviously the most NBA ready body. Now we see it. I thought Chet Holmgren was going to be the Rookie of the Year before he got injured, before the year
Yeah.
started, but
Hmm.
obviously his injury, ruined that. But I think Banchero's best NBA body as a rookie right now. And I think he's pretty much a shoe-in to win it.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, there's no point in acting like I had any other choice. He checks all the boxes, and I'm a college ball, so he was already doing that in Duke. Um,
Yeah.
Top pick for a reason. Top NBA ready body. One of the better big men shooters in the draft. And right now, Orlando just completely trash. Multiple injuries. Gary Harris, Markel Fultz, Jalen
Mhm.
Suggs. So much void in that offense for him to just step in and basically do whatever he want.
Mhm.
Um, he did have one game. His last game dropped that 26 down to 21.
Oh yeah,
But
he had a
still,
15. He had a
yeah, yeah,
15
yeah.
spot.
But still, 21, 7 and 3 is still great for a rookie. And pretty much last year, no one scored, I think, over 12 or 13 points a game for Magic. So
Yeah.
like like
Be that
everything's
guy.
just in his hands right now. And I think his assists are actually going to go up for it, and he's going to end up around like 5 assists.
Yeah.
Yeah, if they're missing those guards, I mean,
Exactly.
they're
Yep.
literally missing every one of their guards. So his assists got to go up a little bit. But I mean, even averaging over 20 as a rookie is spectacular. Like you don't
Yeah.
get that
He's looking
too much.
efficient too.
Definitely efficient. I mean, he likes to play around the rim, but
Mhm.
even like his leaping ability, his vertical was crazy. I can't wait because
Yeah.
I think he's gonna go into the dunk contest. I really believe it. He's the type of dude that's gonna want his name to just blow up because obviously he's on a small market team, so not that many people watch him. I think he's gonna go into the dunk contest. He's got definitely got the skills to do it.
No, for sure, for sure. And it obviously, like, barring any injury, it's pretty clear that he's going to take this award.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, there's other guys that we could talk. I mean, even a guy like since Damian Lillard got injured now, you got Sharp out
Sheldon
there,
Sharp.
Oh yeah.
Sheldon Sharp, who is gonna get a lot of minutes now,
Yeah.
getting like 30
And
minutes a
he's
game
looking
now.
nice already. Yeah.
He's looking nice. Already was averaging like 12, 13 points a game. Now he's gonna get starting minutes. Who knows how long? Lillard's gonna be out, but at least like 15 games. So maybe his stock is gonna go up. But I don't think anyone's gonna touch the numbers that Paulo got.
Mhm.
Yeah, no, not at all.
Yeah, yeah. But honestly, Paulo even looks like a good defender as well. And one day he could win this next award, Defensive Player of the Year award. Obviously, the
Got the
last
body.
yeah, he does. He does. Big body. And obviously the last couple years, more than a couple, it's been, I mean, except last year for Marcus Smart,
Mhm.
Melo Celtics. But
Mhm.
before that, obviously it was like a 3-time champion by Rudy Gobert, who just moved
Mhm.
to Minnesota. And the Defensive Player of the Year award, though, who you got for this one, Melo?
So this is another one that I actually was gonna pick Embiid. 76ers adding DJ House and PJ Tucker.
Mhm.
Uh,
Mm.
I said DJ Daniel. It was
Daniel
PJ
House, right?
Tucker, Daniel House.
Daniel
Yes.
House, PJ Tucker, right?
So adding those good 3-and-D defenders and finally getting some help from Embiid. Sixers have a great opportunity to be one of the best defensive teams this year. A lot of people
Mhm.
like to forget because he doesn't have the pieces, but Doc is a defensive coach.
Mhm.
So I thought that was a great situation for Embiid to be in, but as soon as I seen him go down, I scratched him off every single award I had.
Mhm.
So right now, there's another one, Roto's Bore. No one's picking the Stifle Tower again, especially in a trash defense like Minnesota.
Nope.
Jaren Jackson Jr. is injured for a long time. My boy Robert Williams not going to be consistent this year. Marcus Smart's not going to win it again, even if he plays a great year. They're just not going to give it to a guard 2 years in a
Yeah.
row.
That's gonna be tough.
Bam Adebayo, I'll be honest. I'm not too fond of him. I understand what his defensive abilities are, but at this point, the Heat as a whole took a step back defensively, especially with losing PJ Tucker and giving
Mhm.
more minutes to Hero. That's
Mm.
pretty much a big defensive liability. And he's never made first team anything, so he's going to be in the voting, but I don't think he ever wins the award. So it goes back to another person who already won the award, and that's Giannis. Uh, the Bucks defense itself has gotten better this year. Pretty much a healthy Brooke Lopez, Drew Holiday is going to make Giannis look good. And as long as the team finishes at a top defense and he continues playing great defensive like he is, I think he's holding his opponents under 30 right now, 30%.
Good.
As long as he continues just a little bit of that and they do good, the team has an overall good defense. I think it's his award.
Yeah.
It's a good pick. What about you, Brittany?
I got Giannis as well. I do
Nice.
think, depending on how our season goes, I can see it's gonna be hard to give it to another guard, but I can see Alex Caruso getting
That was his pick last
yeah,
That's
year.
Alex
crazy. That was my
Caruso
pick last
getting
year. Like,
defensive player of the year. He's a great defender,
yeah, he
great
is.
hustler. Okay, I love watching Alex Caruso play. I was so sad. I went to go see the Bulls versus the Sixers last year, and he
Oh,
was hurt.
what?
I was so sad. Like
Oof.
that's why I wanted to
Damn.
see the most. I wanted to see Alex Caruso. But yeah, I think if the Bulls can be a better defensive squad, because they're not the best defensive squad, especially in the first quarter. But as the game goes on, they get better. As soon as Alex Caruso comes in the
Best in the
game,
fourth quarter.
yeah. So yeah, I can see him. I can see him winning. But Giannis, that's really my top pick right now.
Those are both good picks. I
I
had
need
Alex
Lonzo
Caruso
back.
last year. Yeah, they do though. He's gonna be
Yeah.
gone for a
Oh
while,
my
probably like
God,
30
so
games.
bad.
I know. That's my man Lonzo. That was one of my
Yeah.
guys. But I'm gonna give you a pick that I mean you guys are probably not thinking about. You guys might be like, what? Why? But I'm not picking this guy because it's not a defensive team of the year award. It's a defensive player of the year award. So I'm going with Anthony Davis. I know the Lakers sucking right now, doing terrible, and their defense is looking iffy and bad in most parts. Obviously,
Yeah.
LeBron doesn't play no defense on that team. Russell Westbrook don't play no defense either. But the guy that does play defense is Anthony Davis. And
Yeah.
Anthony Davis, statistically, right now, he's top 10 in steals and top 10 in blocks. He's seventh in blocks at 2.4, and he's fourth in steals. And
Yeah.
he's got like 2.2 steals. So, like, my man is killing it on both fronts. Obviously, he's got long arms that he can block hell out of anything. And I think he's going to play better being in that 4 position right now. He's looking a little bit more settled down this year. As long as he doesn't miss games like he did last year.
He will.
I know that's like that's a big if for him to
He's already
not
shown
miss
if you
games,
touch
but
him in his back.
But if
he'll
he
fall.
makes it to 70 games, I think that he can win this award.
Okay.
Statistically, if he's able to get like over 140 blocks and 140 steals, that's a big thing. Like not too many people get that in a season. So
Yeah.
I think that he could statistically do it, and that's my pick.
Okay, I like that.
That's not bad. Yeah, yeah. He was up there for me, but like I said, Embiid was the one person with injury history that I was willing to take a bet on because he got a better team built around him. Then I like that team Philly finally put the pieces around Embiid this year to what he needed. So that's the only person I picked. But as soon as he went out, I was like, yeah, anyone with injury history is not getting picked for no award.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, last year they were looking at that too. Like that's why Embiid didn't win the MVP last year
That's
because
why
he
he
had
didn't win it.
68 games
14
and
games. That's all he missed was 14.
yeah, and he was 8 games below Jokic, or he would have won the MVP. Like if they would have had
Yeah.
the same amount of games, I bet you the Embiid would have won it last year. But
Mm-hmm.
that's definitely a problem for him too. But anyways, going from the starters, let's go into the sixth man of the year. I mean, some of these dudes don't get much love, but at least they get that love at the end of the year with this award. Sixth man of the year. Brittney, who you got for this one?
6 minutes a year. I'm not even gonna lie. I really don't know. And I was thinking about it all day long. Like, who do I have for 6 minutes a year? Like,
That's a
I
tough
was
one. I'm
able
not
to
gonna
get
lie to
my,
you.
MVP. I was able to get my most improved player without a problem. But 6 minutes a year, I think if Russell Westbrook could be productive, and he's been looking productive, and I think that would be like, a really good award for him to win. It'll just show that he respected his role. Respected what the team wanted him to do, and did what was better for the team. And they've looked better the last couple games with him coming off the bench. So if he stays, I think he was like averaging 18 and 6 or 18 and 8 or something like that off the bench. He can easily win 6 man of the year.
That, yeah, that's a great point and great analysis. And because I actually said this exact same thing last year, I said that if Russell Westbrook was on the bench last year, he would have ran away with that award. He would have been able to win that award all day. And I think if they keep him on the bench this year, that's a great pick for him to win it. That's really it's really tough for me to pick anyone else other than that because that's
That's
now,
who you
now that
got?
you say that. No, I mean it's not who I got because I don't know if he's gonna stay at that role the whole year. He's probably gonna get mad and want to start again and be like, "Yo, like Beverly, get on the bench. I'm trying to get up there." I don't know. I mean, Poole is up there, for obviously he's a guy that could easily win it if he stays healthy and scores. But that's not who I got either. I actually got and honestly Malcolm Brogdon too is a good pick from Boston.
Mhm.
But I got the guy that Malcolm Brogdon pretty much is the same position as him, and he's on his old team, Indiana. What did I say, Indianapolis? I'm thinking football right now. Nah, Benedict Martoon. He's
Oh,
a
yeah.
third-year player. He's a beast actually. Right now, he's averaging like 16, and he's really doing well in that role. Really, exactly what Indiana needs right now, and they really don't have much as far as starting guards, but what he's doing on the bench is definitely special. I think that he could possibly win that award if somebody like Russell Westbrook or Jordan Poole doesn't win it.
Yeah, no, that's actually a great choice, and pretty much she got Russell Westbrook, and I pretty much had Jordan Poole. Clear runaway for me. He crazy efficiency last year at high volume, shooting a high clip, just pretty much lighting it up. And this year he's already doing the same. He's already averaging 16 and 5 assists, and he's gonna keep doing the same. The only thing for me that stops him from winning this award is if anyone in the starting lineup gets injured.
Yeah.
Right.
And
Like
then
last year.
like
Then he had
last
to
year.
start, yeah.
And he had to start because last year he was relied on to play 30 minutes a game for majority of the season. But I definitely think coming off the bench, he's one of the better point guards in the league coming off the bench. Like I said, 16 and 6 for a very good offensive Warriors team, and he's doing that pretty much around fantastic shooters like Curry and Clay. So I definitely do think that it's going to be his award to lose.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, you might be right. Like if Russell Westbrook doesn't do what he's been doing, you might be right actually. Because honestly, both of those choices that you guys picked are probably the favorites. I'm kind of picking the guy that could step out of it by the end of the year and step up. But we'll see. Both great picks though. Honestly, both great picks. So going from that one, let's go with the most improved player of the year. Obviously, John Morant won that last year. I don't know how. I'm not gonna try to figure it out. But this year, I mean, it's going to be different. There's a lot of guys that actually improved this year
Yeah.
from last year. A lot of guys on new teams as well
Mm-hmm.
that are getting more minutes. Who you guys think for this one? Brittney, I'm going to let you start it off again.
I like Laurie Marketing for the Utah
Hey,
Jazz. I am a Chicago Bulls fan. He did not do what he's doing in Utah, but I love it. He's a really good player. I liked him in college. I like when we picked him. I was happy with him. So I'm either gonna go with Laurie Marketing or Anthony Simons from the Blazers.
Yeah.
He's really good. He's improved a whole lot. He can shoot. He's a dog. I love him. I love watching him play. He can score.
Is he not getting
but
starting minutes?
Yeah, I was
yeah,
going to say
he's
they're
getting starting
starting.
minutes.
Yeah, so he
But
definitely got a good chance.
yeah,
Yeah, they're starting him now, and obviously he got that max contract from last year.
yeah.
Not a super max, but a max. But still, like,
Mhm.
definitely going to be averaging over 20. I'm gonna be honest, like my pick is definitely Laurie Marketing. That's a great pick, and that's my pick. I think that he's improved so much, and not just that. Like, who thought that Utah was even going to do anything this year? Who thought that they
Really?
were
Mm-hmm.
like, especially even
Right.
the
I think
first
they
10
had like
games?
8 games on TV this year or something like that. Like they
Right.
completely took them off of TV.
Mm-hmm.
Got rid of their three best players. I mean, obviously
Mhm.
got a bunch of picks back. Danny Ainge is that GM who's just making magic happen over there, doing
Like
another Boston
always.
miracle.
Exactly.
I don't know how he's doing that, bro. He's got like this is gonna happen just like this happened like a few years ago when Boston they went to the Eastern Conference Finals. Then they had like the third pick in the draft or the second pick in the draft. Same thing is gonna happen with Utah. They're gonna make the playoffs and they're still gonna have a lottery pick because they got like obviously the trade from what is it from Cleveland. They got
Yep.
their pick and the other one from Minnesota. So they're gonna have a lot of picks. I think Laurie Markin is doing amazing. He went from 14 points, 22 points. I think he's going to stay around that. And I'll be honest, I think he's going to be an all-star this year. Laurie
Yeah, he looks
Markkinen.
good.
He does.
Yeah, no, he was definitely a great choice for me up there. I feel like who was going to be the biggest opportunity to just go off. And I just had to go back to the trash ass Knicks team. And I'm just like, yeah, Jalen Brunson just
Oh yeah.
gonna have the keys to the kingdom over there, and you already can see he has. Like
Yeah.
I'll be honest, even the first game, I'm not gonna lie, I was screaming at the TV like, "Coach, take him out." My man think he has a green light for fucking everything.
Mhm.
Like, take him out. He's not that guy. But he is that guy for them. Like, he's
Yeah.
gonna continue to be that guy. We don't remember like he had a 27, 28 point playoff performance for his average, but his
Mhm.
season was 16, 4, and 5. So, but we all know what he can do because he took over when Luka was injured and played a good role. So we know what he's going to bring to the table. So 16, 4, and 5 can easily turn into like 23, 24, and like what, 5 and 6. So, and that right there is clearly a good
Mhm.
pick for most improved. And obviously, they just had a similar situation a couple years ago with Randall. So I think they're gonna repeat that again because
Yeah.
they haven't gotten any better.
Mhm.
Yeah, I mean, if he gives that 26, that's for sure. 25, 26 a game, then definitely. But I don't know if he's that guy.
Oh,
Mhm.
I could easily see him. He's gonna get 20, 22, 23
Yeah.
easily,
Yeah.
Yeah.
easily 20 a game.
That'll definitely put him up there. I mean,
Right.
like his assists are there, but like, and he's definitely been assisting more than in Dallas. Been playing the ball up the court more, and
Mm-hmm.
his percentages are definitely there. But I just I definitely see him. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know if I see him making that jump to 24 because I still see Randall being like one of the stars. Yeah, that they're gonna focus on.
I mean, they think he is.
Yeah.
You don't think so? You don't think Randall's gonna be that dude
My
anymore?
man won most improved player of the world and never showed up again.
Yeah,
That
yeah,
was it.
yeah. I mean, you're right. They might.
I haven't seen Randall since that Hawk series 2 years ago.
Yeah.
Right.
I haven't seen him.
That's crazy. Those Hawks, they,
They
what
killing
they
these
did
men.
to a few guys. The Randall, you haven't
To
seen him since Ben
Simmons.
Simmons. They did that to him too. Like, damn,
Disappearance.
those Hawks, brutal. Yeah, good picks though for that one. And the last one we got is Coach of the Year. I'll start this one off. Because I'll be honest, like I had a few choices that I was gonna pick, but I'm gonna go with the coach Ime Udoka. I think he's gonna bring the Brooklyn Nets up back to the promised land. This is if so. I do have two choices. My choice before today was gonna
Yeah,
be the
because we don't
Cleveland
even
coach.
know. Yeah.
That was gonna be my coach, the Cleveland coach. He was gonna be the guy that I thought was gonna make the most impact on the squad and have them actually be like a top 4 seed in the East. But now seeing that Ime looks like he's gonna be that guy in Brooklyn, and seeing what Brooklyn did the first 8 games, obviously not looking so good. And if he's able to make that change in Brooklyn, bring him back to a top 5 seed, top 4 seed, then I think he wins that award. I don't
I
know.
don't
What
know.
about
I
you
just
guys?
don't think he's gonna get hired. I don't know. I don't know. I just don't think he's gonna have a job. I don't know. No,
Yeah,
I'm
he might
kidding. I
not.
just don't.
You're
I know.
right.
I just don't want him
He's,
to.
he
He
might
is.
not. He might not. You never
No,
know.
he is. He is. I just don't want him to. I'm so salty about that right now because you're 100% right. He has a great shot to definitely win Coach of the Year. Getting put in that situation, like I said earlier, defense is horrible, and as long as he just improves that, already the team becomes a whole lot better. Like obviously, they got two of the best scorers in the league. My pick is unfortunately the guy that replaced him. My man Joe Mazzulla has been with the Celtics since like 2017.
Call 1-800
2019.
Joe Mazzulla Insurance.
2019, yes. He actually 2017 he was doing our Red Claw mains. He was doing our G League affiliate. Then they called him up, and pretty much he did 2 years under Brad, 1 year under Ime. He was the only one that stayed between Brad and Ime. So the players, they really do resonate and love him. Another good defensive coach as well. And obviously he's doing some good things right now with the Celtics, even though it's early on in the season. As long as they get to a deep playoff run, I do think he's going to be a shoo-in for coach of the year, especially because he just got a month's notice
Yeah.
and pretty much had a coach a team that just went to the finals. High expectations.
True.
Mine is going to be if they keep playing the way they're playing. Mike Buzenholzer, however you say his last name.
Yeah.
Again, he's a really good coach. The Bucks every
Hmm.
year they look good. Like every year they're going out winning 60. Like, a couple years ago they almost won 70 games. So I think as long as Giannis and when they get Middleton back and they keep performing, they stay the number 1 seed in the East. I think he's a shoe in for Coach of the Year again.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure, because they're looking fantastic right now
Mm-hmm.
without Middleton, and they're looking scary.
They are
Mm-hmm.
looking scary on defense too, but
Yeah.
he's won it multiple times too. He won it with Atlanta once, and
Yeah.
obviously with the Bucks one time. So he could win it a third time. That'd be nice. That'd be good for him. But hey, that's some good coaches right there. I definitely think one of those three are probably gonna win it. I mean, if you're really looking at anybody else, I guess maybe if Miami like does something and surprises everybody, becomes a number
Stop
1 seed
it.
again.
Stop
I
it.
mean, they love
Maybe
Spoelstra.
Utah's coach if they keep.
No.
Yeah, that's a good one right
If they
there.
keep playing
Miami
above
fell
them.
off, in my opinion, from last year. So like, I'm
Yeah,
not even.
I think so
especially Jimmy
too.
Butler. I'm so disappointed in Jimmy Butler.
Yeah, and
So
no
partial
role
too.
player on that team is stepping up like they should be.
Yeah.
No, I mean
So
we
yeah,
thought the hero was gonna become a hero again after he got paid, but and they don't know
You know
what
how
they're
it
doing with
goes.
Duncan Robinson, paying him 80 million to not
just
even
sit on
play,
the bench
not even play.
Crazy.
because that
Street
man is the
clothes.
biggest defense liability they
Yeah.
have. Like that's what I was telling you last year in the playoffs. Like if you're starting Max Struss over Duncan Robinson got a problem.
Mhm.
Because Max Struss ain't a better scorer or shooter.
Yeah.
It's because if you think Max Struss could play better defense than you, oh god, like that's a shame.
He's a decent defender though, Struss. He's
No,
nice.
he's not.
Nah, I mean,
Martin's a
as
decent
a,
defender.
yeah, Cody Martin's definitely better. Cody Martin, I like him more too. But I mean, they got to figure some things out, Miami for sure. But yeah, I think that it's gonna be one of those three guys that we named, or maybe the Utah coach as well, because
No,
they just
they're
came out of nowhere. Like
overperforming for sure.
Yeah.
if they even make the playoffs, I think
Even
they might get
Cleveland,
it. That was
I would
that
say
was gonna be my choice.
they got a
That was,
couple votes last year. So yeah,
yeah, that was gonna be my choice if it wasn't for Ime. If I didn't hear that news today, I promise you I would have picked Cleveland. So,
Mhm.
yeah.
but hey, that's going through those awards. That was amazing, and obviously we pretty much had a lot of different picks. So if you guys want to comment below all your picks, who you think is gonna be, MVP, Defensive Player of the Year, Rookie of the Year, Most Improved Player of the Year, Sixth Man of the Year, and Coach of the Year, please comment below. Make sure you guys do that. Pick your favorite players. Pick whoever you want. We want to know by the end of the season who is going to be. Obviously, these are the predictions. Too early to call predictions.
Mhm.
Oh yeah.
And Brittney, I just want to say thank you again for coming out to the
Mhm.
podcast. It was
Of
really great
course.
talking to you. Where can the people find you?
You can find me on Facebook. As Brittany B. My Instagram is Pretty B underscore the MVP. I have a TikTok. It's just my name, Brittney Simmons. And yeah, that's it.
Nice. Definitely check those out, and make sure we'll put those links below, guys. So if you guys want to check that out, click the links below. And also, like I said, if you're watching the video, make sure you click that like button and click that subscribe button. We love every single one of you guys for following along with us on this journey, the Who You Got journey. We're all in this together, trying to just figure out the best debates, who are the best players. We'll never figure it out, but one day, MJ probably, right?
Let's not get started.
That's not. There's gonna be another 2 hours, 3 hours. But
Let's not get started.
like I said, we got a lot of things in the upcoming weeks for you guys as
We
well. We're gonna be talking about a lot of different topics. Obviously, NFL is back, NBA is going on full swing. We got some UFC boxing fights going on, so make sure you guys stay updated up with us on those, and as well as our Patreon. If you guys want to check that out, go over there. Make sure you guys put in your input. Give us some topics if you guys want us to talk about, or maybe just something different that you guys want to hear on the podcast. General support is right there, and you guys can find our merch over there at the 3, 6, and 9 month description model. So make sure you guys check that out. And our Instagrams, of course, the personal Instagrams are the Iconic Dude and Melo.
Melo the Notorious.
That's right. So
And
make
I
sure you
would
guys
say-
go ahead. What?
You know, I like to
It's not skipping.
add my little
Okay.
input. I always love to add my little input to the fans. Like, keep interacting. Keep letting us know what you love, what you don't love. We love responding to each one of y'all. And little do y'all know, a lot of our topics come from you guys. So, pretty much, we're gonna keep giving you the good content we love. We have a lot of good plans for guests, and this will not be the last time we have Brittney on here. So, if you love her, keep following. You're gonna definitely get more of her.
Oh yeah, of course. I mean, once the season ends, we definitely got to come back and see, if we made the right decisions, made the right
Mhm.
choices, and we should have put some bets down on this one, some parlays. But hey, next time we will. But again, thank you guys for enjoying this episode, and we'll see you guys on the next episode of Who You Got with Melo
Melo.
Bye.
and Rado. We'll see you guys.
Bye.
Peace.